underway in Buffalo. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Into the air right away is Allen. Here's a diving catch right side. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. That is caught. Kincaid with it. That is brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete. The Bills at 6 and 10 on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
The 6-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And it's a fumble. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll start on the ground. Hall And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, these two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this season with the Jets winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
And the Jets first down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Jets first
on
down.
1st and 10, it's Hall. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Back to throw. Fields. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Yards on the play.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But you look at this defense.
They're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
Fields, he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it, because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Here we go.
They snap it to Fields. He'll try to do it himself.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
First down, Jets.
They'll run with Allen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because They were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
We're scoreless after one. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go, Scott. 551.
They'll run with Hall. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A give running right is Hall. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That was Terrell Bernard navigating his way to the backfield and dropping him for a loss. Here's Fields. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball takes the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
There's Hall bringing in another one. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
A gain of 5.
So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, it'll wind up incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Allen. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Allen off the play fake. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Nick Folk for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Ball caught by his rookie wideout. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 more yards there and another first down.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The first down carry here for Johnson. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Toward the pylon, Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. Khalil Shakir, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Prater for the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
Prater is set to
so all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll give it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
Running left, it's Hall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's good.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big.
And this throw will be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
For Bills, 1st down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. Allen, nifty footwork. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley.
They'll take over first down 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. First and 10. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
And they'll find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
First down, New York.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Options galore here, second and a few inches.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, they've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in a passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Play action. Now it's Allen. That's to his running back, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
Prater's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
set to kick off.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Here we go.
Ball again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
That's good for the Jets. First down. A gain of 1 yard.
Here we go.
First down.
They'll go again with Hall. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime makes had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now a 3rd and 6. Now it's Fields. Wilson's got it complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. To throw is Fields. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Fields going to run. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The Folks' kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't
don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a three-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing now is Allen. Complete on the comeback route. That's Shakir. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Alert! Hey, tight. Look out.
Allen now looks to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second and 5.
32-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Half 85. Gun. What's that? Monday. What's that?
Now Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now, an easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. Now inside the 25. Kadarius Toney. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Touchdown. Kadarius Toney. 74 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. But this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach made you say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Brought down there by Taylor Rapp. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. 2nd and 10. Now Fields. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
It's a gain of 16
First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Don't jump. Ready? 3-19. Can I see that?
They'll swing this out to Tony. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This Buffalo crowd letting them have it. 3rd down now. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Here we go. 331.
They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Touchdown.
Kene Nwangu, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Here's 1st down.
319. Alert.
Here's Allen. And that one's touchdown, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
56.
Allen. Fighting Hardman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain
Nice,
of 21
well-coached, a
yards.
team that understands what's
That's good
going
for
on.
Bills.
They still have time to work the middle of the
First
field as they just did there.
First and
Now
10 at
Allen.
the 44-yard line.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Kevin Farley. And the Jets have just about sewn up this football game. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Another run on second down. Trying to cover up. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll come up now, 3rd and 9.
Here we go, Sit high.
All eyes on Fields. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw is Allen. That's complete to Davis. They find some open field here. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing, Allen. And he rifles one incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. But he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Throwing is Allen. And it's caught. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Alert!
Allen. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Here's Allen. Oh, my goodness! They were in field goal
intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. The Bills say they have it, and they do. The field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Jets, they finished the regular season with another win, their 15th against just 2 losses. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.